If I traded it all, if I gave it.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to have some fun now, too. We have my next guest, who is Kimberly Shaw. Kimberly Shaw has now been on my radio show a couple of times. She's going to be on my television show coming tomorrow, and so that's going to be on Channel 7 for tomorrow from 11 to noon, right on my show, Networking Arizona. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, because trans factors, what the heck are those? You got to talk about it. You talked about it here. People are interested. Now, listen up, everybody. People call in. You told me this. And then you're interested, and then, she calls, and it's like, you got to call her back. She wants to help you with what you guys were interested in. And you know what? I'm really happy to have you again here to talk about it. You just gave me a bottle of one of these to try. Talk a little bit about what they are and what we're going to talk about.
Okay, well, thanks for having me back again. It's always so fun to come and spend time with you.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
my
a
gosh.
blast.
It is. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. So anyway, transfer factors are really transferceutical science. So many people are used to hearing pharmaceutical science. So we're going to talk about transferceutical science today.
I can't wait to do that. First, tell them a little bit about what they are.
What transfer factors are a molecule, and we're all born with them. They're in our white blood cells. So everybody's born with them. We're just deficient in them. So when we're born, we have a little bit of them that God gave us. And then when our mommies typically nurse us, and that colostrum milk is where we get our immune system jump-started. Okay, well, breastfeeding went out a few years ago.
In the 50s.
It was no longer vogue. So a lot of babies didn't get breastfed. Some do now, some don't. I mean, it's a personal choice. So we have a way now to increase the immune system so that it will operate the way it should.
So what happens when you do it? What happens when you take it and you're increasing that immune system? What happened to you?
Well, when you start introducing more transfer factors into you, what it does is it's pure immunity. So it will raise things that need to be raised. It will lower things that need to be lowered. There are transfer factors literally for every single organ in your body, from brain health to heart health to kidneys. If you have an organ, there's a transfer factor designed for it because it's natural. It's already in your body. Your body already recognizes it. But because everything we eat, drink, and breathe anymore has toxins in it, it breaks down our immune systems. And that's why we end up getting sick. If you have children in school, you send your kids to school and you're like, oh boy, I'm going to have everything that comes down the pike now. They're going to bring it home. And they're so generous to share it with everybody.
Sure, of course. And I'll tell you something. You were here the last time, and I gave the bottle to my daughter because she's a teacher. You teachers out there are always getting sick, always. So this is a perfect way to take something that is completely safe, natural. You even said babies could take it.
Absolutely, because they're born with it. If they're already in your system, all you're doing is introducing something that it already recognizes. So
what we're going to do is open up the lines to the audience, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
So because you told me you're going to give 3 people are going to get a choice of getting a 1 month worth of the transfer factors. So we're going to open up the lines to the audience, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in and get it's a month's worth, and it's safe, and it's good for you. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to give you energy. I mean, it's going to do a lot more than that. We're going to talk about that. So you can call in and it's a 1 month supply. 3 people are going to win it. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So let me ask you something. Why do we really need them?
We need them because we're deficient in them.
How do we know that we are? Everybody is just automatically just because we don't get breastfed.
Well, we're deficient in them because we don't get enough of them at birth. We're only given a small amount, in our body when we're born. And so we need to increase those in our bodies because we want to be healthy. Everything starts in your gut. A lot of times, you breathe something in, you eat something, it goes through your whole system, you get sick. Why do you think that we have sickness around? For instance, when when you have chickenpox. That's a pathogen that you breathe in. You don't see the pathogen of chickenpox when you breathe it in, but you definitely feel the effects of it. You get sick, you run a fever.
You got pox all over you.
Yeah, those things are nasty. So your body then goes in search of a factor to kill off that chickenpox. Well, if you've never had chickenpox before, your body's going to take 2 or 3 days to look for that factor, and it's not going to be there. It's like a database to keep you protected. Well, then it calls in the natural killer cells to come in and fight off the chickenpox, because it goes, oh boy, we don't have a factor for that, so we've got to send in the natural killer cells. So transfer factors also will boost your natural killer cells so they can fight for you. So instead of having, say, Pee Wee Herman in your system fighting for you, you can have Rambo. And, I think I would prefer having Rambo on my side,
Yeah.
So then when the natural killer cells go in, it kills off the chickenpox. You start getting better. You now have a factor in that database of your body, so that next time when you breathe in that pathogen of, say, the chickenpox, which you don't know again, you didn't get sick, right?
Absolutely. Now, your website is 4 Life, the number 4.
Correct.
Life.com. And do you do consultations with people? How does it work when you work with people?
It's a lot better if they just call me instead of just going to the website. That way I can talk to them specifically about whatever question they have.
Right. I think the most important thing is, again, you're educating the public by coming on here and talking to about it. And, it's all of this stuff is, it's important that we hear all of this because, first of all, this is something that we should be having. Number one, we should be having it. And it's completely safe. And it's for anywhere from babies, anywhere from anyone on up forever, right?
Right.
And you can call her direct. She will do a consultation with you. That phone number is 307-254-3207. But call in here. We've got 3 people that are going to win just a month's worth of the supply. I just got my bottle. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. When you started taking it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, why did you start taking it?
Well, originally I was introduced to the product because a friend of mine had a daughter who was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. And through the course of many, many pharmaceuticals and multiple surgeries, she was on about 27 pharmaceutical drugs. She was then in 6 organ failure on life support. The doctors told her she would not survive. They told her mom, go home, plan a funeral. That's the best we can do for you. So, of course, everybody was praying for her. You pray for a miracle when somebody in your family is sick.
Right.
And a total stranger called her and told her she needed this molecule to help battle that. And so they started giving it to her, and the doctors allowed her, at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, allowed her to give that molecule because it is in the physician's desk reference. So our doctors have access to it. They can look it up. It has no interactions with anything. So if you're currently on medication, you're able to take it. It's not going to have any adverse effects, unless maybe decreasing some of your pharmaceuticals, which is not a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So in about 10 weeks, she walked out of that hospital. And so now it's been almost 2 years later, and she's thriving.
Wow, isn't that neat?
So
you got into it because you said, wow, if it's for her, good for her, it should be good for almost anybody.
Absolutely. And then I started reading the science, and it's got 70 years of science backing it.
And you say that doctors also have have access to this.
Yeah, they can learn about it. They're taught about it a little bit in school. They used to be taught about it more, not as much anymore, because pharmaceutical science kind of takes the forefront.
Right.
And when transfer factors were first kind of discovered, I guess, 70 years ago, it was the same time that penicillin was hitting the market. So penicillin was an amazing drug, an amazing antibiotic. So it kind of took the spotlight for a while. But now transfer factors are really coming back because our antibiotics aren't really working the way they had originally.
So you say that it is listed in the doctor's reference guide of whatever you call
Absolutely, physician's desk reference.
Okay, and so that it's completely safe.
Absolutely.
And it can't hurt anybody. You can take it if you're a baby or if you can take it as an adult.
Absolutely.
Anybody, and everybody really should take it. You said you take about 3 a day. So you said 2 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon?
That's what I do.
And how did it make you feel? Like right away? Did you feel it or whatever?
It isn't necessarily what you feel, but it does start working on your behalf in like 4 hours. Once it gets into your system, it starts working pretty quickly.
How many people out there hate getting sick? And there's a lot of people out there,
Sure.
and especially when I was listening to you, I ran home and I told my daughter, who's a teacher, I said, you need this because, you can take all the airborne chewies all you want, but this is something you probably really need, and it'll help you not get sick.
Sure.
Right.
It empowers your immune system to fight for you.
So we've got our lines open here. We've got 3 people that are going to win a month's supply. So, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's something that everyone should take. There's nothing, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Really, it should just be a part of your, just daily routine. Again, number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I just got my second bottle. I gave my first one to my daughter. I can't wait to take it.
Good.
And now everybody else has a chance to get entered in to win. 3 people are going to win. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We'll be back in just a minute.
If I traded it all, if I gave
We are live on Facebook, and I know that we have people that are calling in, and they're also, saying hi because you're now on my television show coming this weekend. You guys got to check her out. She's going to be on Channel 7, AZTV. That's going to be on Saturday from 11 to noon. You can see my new TV show there and all the people that have been on here. It's been great. We're cross-promoting right now, which is really neat. So hi, everybody. We are also live on Facebook. We're going to share this afterwards, and then everybody can then see her, and you can share it, and it'll just keep on going and going and going. We're talking transfer factors. Very interesting. Something that everybody needs. Everybody has to have them. Okay, let's talk about, I want to talk about the story you were talking about because it sounded pretty interesting about Bessie the cow. You were talking to somebody that was in here about something that was affecting you. Let's talk about that story.
Okay, so with transfer factors, because all of mammals have the same molecule, DNA, exactly the same, for that transfer factor, we can borrow the immune system. So what we do is we get the cow colostrum from the cow, but with the filtration system, they separate the single molecule out of that because we don't need the cow hormones and, the milk byproducts that are in the colostrum.
No, I get that from the bottle in the refrigerator, right?
That's exactly right. And we're not a cow, so we don't need those hormones. So they filtrate out just the single molecule. Well, Bessie lives out in the barnyard, so she's around ragweed and grasses and, pathogens in the air. So why not borrow her heroic immune system to benefit your own and empower your own immune system?
So basically, that's what you're doing. You're just empowering your own immune system. And anyone that didn't hear this at the break, you've been on once before, and you gave me a bottle. But I totally thought, this is for my daughter because she's a teacher.
Sure.
And so many teachers out there are getting sick all the time. I mean, it's just every other day that they come home with something. But also, everybody now is, we all are walking around with hand sanitizers because we're all getting sick. We're working in workplaces and everything like that. So obviously, this is good for that. It's going to boost that immune system as well. Right. But for other things as well, talk about a little bit about the, what did you say, about the benefits for everyone so they understand that.
Okay, the benefits are to empower your immune system so that your body can fight more efficiently for you if something does try to attack your body. So it creates a database inside of you. So say if you get the flu or you get something that's coming along, you don't want to be sick. Who likes to be sick, right?
So this is like an airborne, but it's not airborne. They're not. Are these chewable, though? They are chewable.
You can get them several ways. This particular bottle is a capsule. So you can get capsules, you can get chewables, you can get liquid, you can get powder that you can put in your drink if you need energy, instead of drinking some of these energy drinks that are out on the market that make you jittery.
Talk about natural. This is completely safe.
Correct.
Completely natural. And you know that even though the airborne seems like it is because they make it sound like it's really not, right?
Well, I don't really know what the ingredients are of Airborne, so I can't really.
What's the ingredients? It's one thing, or what?
This is pure immunity. This bottle of classic transfer factor is pure immunity, extracted from cow colostrum, just a molecule.
And so anyone that's calling in, you're going to get entered into win. We've got 3 people who are going to get a 1 month's bottle of supply of that.
Yep.
And you could choose chewable, you could put it in your drink, or you could take a capsule. So whichever one you want. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Who doesn't want to just feel great all the time and not go and take those, what is it, the extra 5? What are those? I don't take any of them. What are they? I don't need it. I got plenty of energy.
Oh, there's so many energy drinks out there.
And you were talking about that earlier today.
They take them all the time, and they wonder why they have
energy,
racing hearts, and they're jittery, and they can't focus. And we have an energy drink that just levelizes your blood sugar, gives you clarity in your mind, keeps you awake and alert without giving you the peaks and the valleys of too much caffeine or too much of, the jittering, shaking. I mean, I don't want that. I want to be able to think clearly, right?
Right. But let's explain to them what the difference is between what this is and, let's say, the supplements that they can get.
Okay. Well, with this, if you're going to say, a grocery store or wherever, and you get a supplement, you've got vitamins, minerals, herbs. Those are all really good. They may work well for me, but they may not work well for you. With transfer factor, because it's a molecule, it's not a vitamin, a mineral, an herb. It's a molecule that our body recognizes. It will work for everybody. It'll work for me. It'll work for you. The only thing that's going to be dictated is the time frame in which it works, because we all respond differently.
And they're completely safe.
Absolutely safe. Absolutely safe, because your body already knows it's part of it. So
we talked before, what happens is when you're born, you are you are supposed to be breastfed. That's what they say. They say that's the best, but that went away. So what happens is, as you get older, the older they get, the less you have, right? They just deplete out of your system.
Right.
How soon does it happen? Pretty fast?
Well, some of our factors will last for life, and some just last for a little while. Just like we talked about earlier about the chicken pox. Once you get that factor in your body, you're not going to get the chicken pox again. So, but some of them, because all of our body is cellular, so our cells will die and be reborn daily. You've got something dying and being reborn. So by keeping transfer factor in your body, then your new cells that are born every day are going to be more powerful. So you're going to be stronger and healthier moving forward than you are right now.
I'll tell you something. Everybody should be taking it. It's our new thing every single day. We should just have it in our little daily routine. Children can take it. Adults can take it. You could get chewable. You could get something you put in a powder. You can also get, if you want to, a liquid, or if you just want to take a capsule. We've got 3 people that are going to win so it's a 1 month supply. She wants to give it to 3 people. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone's getting entered in to win. She's going to be talking about it on the television tomorrow on Channel 7 AZ TV on Channel 7 from 11 to noon, so you can see her and actually see what she's talking about too.
That's right.
Call in here, get entered in to win. I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What else should we talk about with it?
Well, another thing that a lot of people are familiar with are interleukin-2, which is chemotherapy.
Okay.
We all know what chemotherapy is and the side effects of chemotherapy. So they did a study on it just recently, and they did interleukin-2 with 450 cancer cells. So they do it in a petri dish. So they took 450 cancer cells in a petri dish, and they put interleukin-2 or chemotherapy with it. Well, they had an 87% kill rate. The killer cells from the chemo killed off, 88% of the cancer cells. We think that's a great percentage.
Absolutely.
It's not 100%, but hey, I'll take 88% if I'm suffering from something. So then they did the same study, took another 450 cancer cells, and they introduced the transfer factor plus, which is the 3rd level of this transfer factor, and they introduced that, and it killed 97%. of those cancer cells. So 0 side effects.
So even if you have some sort of maybe you have an autoimmune disease, maybe you have something that you're suffering with, it's still good to take. This is perfectly safe and good to take.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can take it, whatever medication you're taking, you can add this to it. It's not going to cause any kind of problems with your medication. You can take it, you can take a printout to your doctor, show it to them. They can look it up in their physician's desk reference. They will see that it's right there along with all their pharmaceuticals. And once they see the science of it, I've had a lot of doctors say, go ahead, take it.
It's interesting because I have people in here right now, even one of the guests here, that just is listening to you, and it's very interesting. And he just said, I want a bottle. I want to try it. I mean, it just makes sense. It seems to make sense for everyone. We have a couple of minutes. What would you want to get out to them?
I would just want to get out to people that even though you have transfer factors in your body, you don't have enough of them. So I would say everybody, literally everybody, needs better and stronger immune systems. And so let's empower it with transfer factors. Get in your body what it needs.
It's completely safe.
Mm-hmm. It's completely safe. Give it what it needs. Let your body become healthy, and then it will take care of you.
Absolutely. And again, we implore people anybody who gets sick a lot, you're perfect. Who's a candidate? Everybody's a candidate. Right, yeah. right. But
call
seriously, you really ought to give her a call. You can call her direct. She loves to talk to people about this. You've been working with this product now for a while, and you're very knowledgeable about it because, it's a lot of scientific parts to this, and not everybody understands molecules like you anyway.
Right. But they will. I mean, our whole body is molecular. So
right, and it can't hurt you. You can all just call her in here right now. We're going to enter everybody into win. She wants to give 3 people a 1-month bottle of the supply. The number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also call her direct. She likes to do consultations with everyone. That number is 307-254-3207. And don't forget, tomorrow she's going to be on television on my channel, my TV show, which is Networking Arizona on Channel 7 AZTV. You could see her right there on Saturdays from 11 to noon. She's going to talk about it right there. I'm going to leave my lines open here for everyone to keep on calling and get entered in to win. 3 people are going to win. It's a 1-month supply. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100.